with print advertising, we have a headline. A headline is one of the most important parts of a print advertisement. But in essence, you have one for video as well. As Guy Kawasaki, one of the um, associates of Steve Jobs at Apple, explains here.
The second step is to make a mantra, a 2 or 3, maybe 4-word explanation of why your meaning should exist. This is an anti-example. This is the mission statement of Wendy's. The mission of Wendy's is to deliver superior quality products and services for our customers and communities through leadership, innovation, and partnerships. I have been through Wendy's many times in my life. I've eaten at Wendy's, I've driven through Wendy's, and in every occasion, it has never occurred to me that, Guy, what you are participating in is leadership, innovation, and partnerships. Excuse me, but I thought I was just getting French fries, Coke, and a hamburger. This is the problem with mission statements. Don't make a mission statement. Make a mantra. Wendy's mantra should be healthy, fast food. 3 words that determine what Wendy's is trying to do. Somewhat oxymoronic, but healthy, fast food. Nike has a great slogan, just do it. That's a slogan. A mantra explains why you should exist. And the Nike mantra is authentic athletic performance. And finally, there's FedEx. When you absolutely, positively want something somewhere, what does FedEx stand for? It stands for peace of mind. So my second recommendation to you is that when you decide on the kind of meaning you make, try to find 2 or 3 words that describe why that meaning should exist. Not a 50-word mission statement, 2 or 3-word mantra.
The headline, if you want to call it that, of your video ad or video marketing product is not necessarily the mantra, as he was talking about, but I wanted to play that just to get you thinking about how to say something important in a few words. It has to be, I've seen some of the examples that are being worked on right now by students in the class, and they read like essays. While there are times when longer videos or longer native advertising is appropriate, you need to. Most advertising is not that way. Most advertising is very short, very to the point, and the headline of it, if you would, the key 5-word or 5 to 10 at the most headline to that video marketing tool is short and to the point, and something given a lot of emphasis to. Just like in the print ad, you have a headline and then you have body copy. Well, the headline in a video, it needs to stand out very strongly. It could be in graphic form as well as in audio, but it needs to be very powerful. And then you do have the equivalent to body copy in a print ad. You have the equivalent of that in a video as well. And again, it should also typically be short, probably shorter in video than it is in text. But as I presume I already have mentioned in class live, after you get about 50 words in print, you're losing most of your readers. So in a print ad, 50 words is probably about what you're going to shoot at, unless you're really going for, you have the right audience for something longer. I think I showed you my native advertising that I ran for a political candidate. This was right before the election, when voters were very interested in who to vote for. And I was also aiming it specifically at opinion leaders who influence other people. So I did make extremely wordy advertising, native advertising, complete page, whole page advertising, so that people could answer the question themselves of these 8 candidates running for mayor of Tampa, Florida, who should we vote for? And I believed that there were people who would read, if not the entire page, at least enough to hopefully be convinced that my candidate, Joe Katvis, was the right mayoral candidate to vote for. So that is the exception, not the rule. Before you even start working on a video, you need to know who is your target audience and how do you want to use your marketing video. The following video is made to be shown at open houses or perhaps put on a website. Actually, I did want it to be put on the website, but the university wasn't advanced enough to think about videos on websites at the time. But anyway, so it's a little bit longer because it tells, it kind of is aimed at kind of like other native advertising, aimed at more in-depth explanation of why somebody should join a communications department. I'm not going to show the whole thing in class, but I'm adding it to this video that can be placed on Moodle for you to watch later if you choose to do so.
I'm Dr. Ken Harvey. The communications industry is the fastest growing industry in the world. It is also the fastest changing industry in the world. What you are about to see is what online publications are becoming right now. It may surprise you, but it is just the beginning of this digital communications revolution.
One thing that we've been great at doing is telling stories and communicating ideas and information. Whether you're an editor or an art director or designer, you're basically creating story arc, just like a film director does or a musician. We've been able to do that in print. Our readers have relationships with brands. We have a great website, we have a great print magazine, and this is just adding one more avenue of communicating and connecting with the brand of Wired. And really that's a huge opportunity for magazines. We really would like to offer more choices to our readers and to our advertisers and move beyond just the static notion of ink on a piece of paper.
What we're doing with Wired Magazine is collaborating on a digital version of their magazine with the same designers and the creative people that publish the print version. Newer technologies like Adobe Air are now powering a new wave of interactive capability to display rich text, imagery, animation, interactivity, all within a single platform that can reach a variety of devices.
There's still going to be the rich storytelling, there's still going to be narrative arc, but we'll be able to do it in short film and 360s. The ability to turn a product around and look at all sides of it.
There's this immersive experience which they can navigate completely by natural hand gestures back and forth between the pages of the magazines and all the entry points. If they want to dive deeper and read a full article, they scroll down within that. So we've created a dual-axis navigation system.
At the bottom, we have what we call the scrubber. And it's got a little thumb that you can browse through and see every page in the issue, edit and advertising. Up at the top, we've got the browser, and by touching that, you get a visual overview of the entire magazine. It zooms back and shows you a magazine deconstructed.
We also have rich social features allowing people to clip articles, share them with friends, store them in their favorites bin. The ability to tweet about an article that you like, to post it to your Facebook page. It's a whole new world here for magazines.
This is what we've been waiting for 15 years. We've been waiting for an opportunity to use all these visual tools at our disposal to tell these stories in a way that is efficient, it is multidimensional. But we also think it's an opportunity to reset the economics. You know, for the first time, people may value this experience so much that they'll pay for it.
Advertising is as important as the editorial in all of our magazines, and especially in Wired. People come to Wired for the authority of the edit and the richness of the experience to learn about new products and services that our advertisers provide.
It's a really exciting time for publishing because the relationship the user has with the brand is now not just limited to the relationship with the traditional print version of that content, but also there's new ways now to establish those relationships with customers.
We want to build a way for our readers to engage with that content on any screen or device that they want to. These changes are on par with the changes that media experience going from radio to television.
Wired is known for breaking all the rules in print and doing really amazing things with their design of their print publication. They're obviously one of the most forward-thinking publications out there. One of the reasons we teamed up with Wired was because we knew if we could solve their needs in this digital publishing world, then we could probably solve a lot of other magazines' needs. It's really been a great collaboration between Wired and Adobe.
You see what publications are becoming online and on your iPad or iPhone, but the technological revolution is gaining speed, and all of our methods of communications will be changing with the technology and new opportunities arising. Within the next 10 years, for example, you will begin seeing electronic publications, as the one demonstrated in the following video, that are literally as thin as a piece of paper. Paper-thin computers that you could literally fold up and put into your pocket. So, as I said, the communications industry is the fastest growing industry in the world and the fastest changing industry in the world, which makes it the industry with the greatest opportunities in the world, as demonstrated by such recent success stories as Facebook, Google, and YouTube, all of which were created in the last decade. And it's an industry that you can be a part of. Come see us in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you.
I used some video that I presumed that the creators, the authors of the videos would let us use. And YouTube always checks with this. If you're using somebody else's video, they check with the owners of it. In this case, the owners were people who wanted their videos seen widely on YouTube, and so they allowed us to make it part of our university video. So anyway, take a look at this.